Hi, Will from MusicTech here at the NAMM show in Anaheim with Nick from Korg. Nick, the Volca drum. Can we have a little listen to it, then we'll talk about how it sounds?
Sure.
Great. Very cool. So Nick, can you tell us what you were doing there? What exactly was going on?
Sure. So I'm really just cycling through some of the preloaded kits and patterns that are on Volca Drum. But where Volca Drum really shines is that it's a digital percussion synthesizer. So unlike some of the analog, fix these headphones here, analog percussion synths in the Volca line, like the Volca Kick and the Volca Beats, and then the sample-based Volca Sample, which can do percussion, but it's sample-based. The Volca Drum is synthesizing using a DSP algorithm drum sounds in the digital realm. So you can get anything from really huge electro kicks and snares to stranger sounds using the onboard effects.
Okay, and there's a lot of rolling going on there as well. Is this part of the sequencer functionality?
Sure. So in addition to the typical Volca sequencer with step jump, active step, motion sequencing, stuff like that, you have some new features including choke, slice, and accent. So accent and choke, pretty familiar to drum machine users, but slice actually slices up individual steps and allows you to create polyrhythms.
And is it physical modeling you're using then inside to create the drum sounds? Is that what it is?
So the synthesis relies on a DSP algorithm that starts with a source waveform, is modulated, and has an envelope generator.
Oh, okay.
And each of the 6 parts, so 6 drum parts or sounds, make up a kit. Each of them has 2 layers. So you layer, your snare sizzle with your tympanic membrane, something like that.
Okay.
But the physical modeling comes in with the waveguide resonator effect.
Oh, right.
So the waveguide resonator effect, each of your drum sounds can be sent using a variable send to the waveguide resonator, and that can be a tube or a string model. And at low frequencies, it just kind of functions as a delay a little bit. You can use it to kind of spice up your sounds, add some delay. But at higher frequencies, it puts your drum sounds into more of an acoustic space, and you can motion sequence and get really weird with it and do everything from bass lines to leads to just cool percussion and stuff like that.
So in terms of the users that you're focusing with this, who are you after?
So we just want to give everybody who loves the Volcas more options for percussion, right? So you have the Beats, an analog drum machine. We have the Kick, a kick box that can basically do pitched kicks or sculpt your kicks from scratch, and then the Volca Sample, which can do sample-based percussion. But the Volca Drum just adds another dimension to that. It's unlike the other percussion Volcas that have come before it, but it has its own sound, and I think it's going to find its way into a lot of electro and house production and people just doing experimental techno.
Excellent. So how much will it cost then, and when will it be available?
So this will be the same price as all the other Volcas, as always, and it'll be available very, very soon after NAMM. We're looking at February, March time.
Excellent. Thank you, Nick.
Thanks for having me.